viewers, today I've got another very interesting watch from Timex to show you. This is quite an unusual looking one. It is a chronograph inspired from the 1970s style chronographs that Timex had, and this is called the Legacy Chronograph, Tonneau shape. And yeah, very retro looking indeed. So I'll just go over the specs on this quickly. So the case diameter on this is 42mm, or the case width I should say, because it is a lot longer than it is wide. It's about 49mm from lug to lug, and the width is 42mm. The lug width is 22mm, and the case height is fairly slim, it's 11mm. And this has a water resistance rating of 50 meters. The glass is not sapphire, although it does look really clear and must have some sort of anti-reflective coating on there because it's very clear, but it is just a mineral glass. And the crown is not screwed down, it's just a push-pull. But it's really good silky movement, feels good quality, this crown. There's no grittiness or anything, it's just very smooth. Now as you can see, this is an all gold watch, which is not something I normally would wear, but I don't know, it doesn't, some gold watches can look tacky, but this, because it's got this sort of retro 70s look, for me it doesn't have that tacky feel at all. It's just really, really cool. And the case is really well finished. You've got some great brushing there on the large surface of the case, and then the edges on that chamfered edge there, that's really polished well, and then the sides are brushed again. I do like these grooves that they've etched into the side. Looks really good. I think that's a good idea, putting these grooves in. It just breaks up that big case because it is so much steel, and with this big expanse of metal here, if the sides didn't have those grooves, it would just be quite a lot of surface metal there, so I think that breaks it up nicely. Nice bit of texture. The bracelet, it is a president style bracelet, and the outer links are brushed, the centre links are polished, and it feels nice, but it is a little bit rattly. Clasp is quite nice. I like the high polish on there, Timex etched into it. Case back, disappointingly, it's not screwed down, it's just a snap-on case back. But this is all about the looks. It's just so unique looking and very 1970s. But I love it. It really is cool. And the other cool feature is the dial. Really is a very good dial, lots going on, and there's sort of three levels to it. So you've got the matte black finish on the flat surface of the dial, then that sort of chapter ring with the minute indicators is just raised above the main dial, and then you've got another layer there showing the numbers with a tachymeter scale. Three different levels, really cool. And those markers are all applied onto the dial. And you've got the three sub dials with the hands all gold, skeleton hands. Handset is filled with Lume, as are the markers. And on those sub dials you've got there at the 3 o'clock position, it's a 24-hour dial, which indicates the time, shows you whether it's PM or AM. Not really sure why you really need that unless you live in a cave. And then the 6 o'clock dial shows the small second hand going round, and then at the 9 o'clock position you've got that small dial indicating the minutes when you start the chronograph. Now it's a really good positive click when you press this, and what surprised me is that this actually does appear to be a mecha quartz movement, which Timex don't advertise on their site, which is strange, but it really does seem like a mecha quartz, because you've got a sweeping hand, good positive click, and then when it resets, snaps right back. And it all feels really well made, very good positive clicks on those pushers. I like the knurling on the crown as well, it looks good. Signed there with the T for Timex. So yeah, really impressive. I mean, these retail on the Timex website for just over $200, but the bracelet does let it down a little bit. And the links are put together with just standard push pins. Okay, I'll put it on the wrist now, show you how that looks. Yeah, it looks good. It's actually really comfortable. It is a lightweight watch. And it actually sits really well on the wrist, considering the length of that case. It doesn't curve down at all, but that is the style with this barrel-shaped tonneau case. Certainly looks a bit different. Yeah, it's clearly a retro look watch, and just really has an X factor about it. I think that watch will certainly get noticed. One thing just to mention is the bracelet is attached with this kind of screw there, which I'm not sure how easy that will be to take out and change the bracelet. But it isn't really, it's more of an integrated bracelet. I don't think this watch is really designed to take other straps, although brown leather would look pretty cool on that. But there must be a way to do it somehow, with a special tool. But personally, I will keep it on this because I think that it just looks the part. It really does. Okay, I'll show you the lume now. See, that's another surprising thing about this watch. It does have actually a really decent lume, which I didn't expect for this type of watch. But yeah, that's really good. It's bright. It lasts a pretty good long time. And nice to see the second hand's got lume as well. So a really good job by Timex on that. Excellent. Okay, before I wrap up, I'm going to zoom in on that dial and we'll look at that in more detail. Yeah, good. That Timex logo is really well printed, very crisp and sharp. I do like the matte finish on that dial. The second hand, I like the fact they got that little red tip on the end of the second hand, just to give it a little bit of colour on that black dial. And the hands on the sub-dials, they look really good, well finished. And the main handset, they actually look skeletonized, but they're not. It has a strip of black paint down the middle. The markers, they're all applied onto the dial and they are pretty flawless. They look really well finished. I do like that crown as well. That's a really nice effect on there. Look at that brushing on the case, looks great. Great finishing. I wish that was real gold. The case back, nothing special. Just a fairly shallow etching design on there. Right, well that's just about it. That is the Timex Legacy Chronograph quartz watch, 1970s reissue, and it looks glorious. I really do hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.